What if I tell you right now that the way that you store your car this winter determines if it's going to start up in the spring? We're going to go ahead and we're going to walk through my tips for winterizing your classic car or whatever car that you're going to be putting away for a few months. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. Okay, so the car behind me is my 1969 Mustang Mach 1, and it's fall here in New England. It's below 40 degrees at night, and I need to store it for the winter. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna walk step by step through the process that I take when I'm preparing this car just for its long winter nap. It's gonna be put away from now, pretty much November-ish, till early spring when the snow and the salt is gone. So it's gonna be sitting not driven in a few months. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do to the car is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change out the oil. I'm going to check the coolant level, make sure that's topped off, and then I'm also going to check the brake fluid. As I'm getting ready to change the oil in this car, let me know down in the comments, when do you change it? Do you change it prior to winter and you put the car away, or do you change it first thing in spring? My thinking is I'm going to do it in the fall, and the reason behind that is if there's any sort of contaminants in the oil, I want to get them out as soon as possible. I think the oil is going to stay pretty good in this garage, which is semi-temperature controlled. You know, a lot of people don't check their brake fluid often enough on these classic cars, and it's critically important because as these cars get older, you're more prone to leaks, and because of that, with that leaking, that could cause an issue in the summer. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that. For the coolant, all I really do is I'm checking the level and I'm gonna top it off. You know, for my car, I haven't had any coolant leaks. If anything, I have some oil leaks rather than coolant leaks. So coolant level, we're gonna check right now, and you can see it's actually fine. So plenty of coolant in there. Oil level is okay, I've been checking that. Just need to swap out that oil. And then we're gonna go ahead and check the brake fluid. So in my car, the brake fluid is going to be back here. Take this off, check the cap. I am actually a little bit low, so I'm going to end up adding a little bit to that. And I'm going to use my standard .3, .4 brake fluid. Also, as you're going through and doing projects like this, it's a good time to know what projects you want to do during the winter. I have a few projects that I do want to do to this car this winter. I have an entire list. We'll walk through it at the end, and we'll see what kind of projects I'm going to be bringing to this channel for this 1969 Mustang this winter. And for my car, I usually use Valvoline VR1 for it. You know, in my opinion, this is probably some of the best oil that you can be running in some of these classics that don't have roller cams in them. So not sponsored, but great oil. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fuel stabilizer to my fuel. I'll have this linked in the description below if you want to pick some up and use it. The 69 Mustang, I think, is a 25-gallon tank, so this is the perfect size for my car. So it's easy as just opening it up and dumping it in. Now what I'll typically do here is I will dump it in when it's about half full, and then I'll go to the gas station, go for a drive so that it all gets mixed up in the tank. Then I'll store the car with a full tank over the winter. But easy as that. Next, I'm actually gonna do a full wash of the car. I'm gonna wipe everything down top to bottom and do the interior as well, just to make it as clean as possible before I put it away. You know, there's nothing better than starting your car up again in this summer or springtime and having it be completely clean and ready to go. It also keeps the contaminants off the paint. All right, car's looking pretty good. It's cleaned inside and out, and still some work to do on the tires. Maybe clean out the rim some, but now I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the tires with air. So what I'll typically do is I will fill up the tires to about 40 PSI, maybe 38 PSI, just above the standard 35, just to make sure that they don't get any flat spots in them. And if they leak a little bit over the winter, it's not really that big of a deal. So I'm gonna go ahead, fill up each tire to maybe 38 PSI. These tires are probably aging out. They have got to be pretty old. I need to look at the dates on them, but I haven't been driving it as much since I've gotten these tires, and I believe I got these tires before I actually did the restoration, so there's no dry cracking on them because I have kept them indoors all the time, and I really don't drive them in cold weather, but something I need to look at next year. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do to get my car ready for the winter is I'm actually gonna put the trickle charger on it. You can see I have this mounted over here, and that sits right next to the battery compartment on this 1969 Mustang, so I can just plug it in. So while I do have that right there right now, I actually don't have the battery in this car. So the battery is out because I was using it for something else. I was powering an inverter on something on my truck, but another story. So with that battery being charged and everything done there, that's pretty much how I winterize my car. Now I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna clean the glass one more time. You know, if you're not gonna be using your car a lot, I'd probably end up covering it too and just leaving it safe in the garage. But for mine, we're gonna be working on it. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the upcoming projects on this channel on this car. Now this winter, you know, I've been putting off a few projects that pretty much I wanna get done now that need to get done. One of the first is the transmission. It's really hard to get it in fourth gear. So the transmission does need to come out, and I do need to rebuild it. I've never rebuilt one of these transmissions before, but I'm gonna attempt it. We're gonna see how it goes. I don't think it's gonna be too bad, but need to purchase the parts for that and do that. Second, I wanna do the rear gears in this car. It has the stock 3.0 on it right now, and you know, a 4-speed and 3.0, it's fine, it's good on the highway. I really wanna go to a 3.5 because I think that'll be more fun to drive. I really don't drive it that far anyway. So with that, just easier to drive off the line, funner to drive off the line. So looking forward to that as well. This summer we did the coilovers in the front of this car, and I ended up taking off the front sway bar because it was impacting the oil filter just because the car is so low. So I need to figure something else out there. I think I'm gonna end up lifting the front of the car up a tiny bit more and trying the sway bar again. I think I need to actually cut down those end links so that it is shorter and doesn't make contact with the oil filter, but I ended up removing the sway bar. It's over there in the corner just because I wanted to make sure I did not damage that oil filter or rip it off while I was driving the car. Now, those are some big projects that need to get done on this car that I want to do. Then after I go ahead and finish the front, I need to move to the rear. Since we lowered the front, the rear looks really high, and that is something that needs to be fixed on this car. I do like the rear jack stance, but it needs to come down another inch or two to look good. And while doing this, I need to make some decisions on what's the right ride height for the car because my headers are very low, and lowering the back is going to bring them even closer to the ground. So I did ground the car on a speed bump, which not ideal. So maybe bring this up a little bit, figure out what's the right height in the rear, and replace all those. Well, that's it for today. I hope this video is helpful to you if you're winterizing your car, or if you're just trying to follow along with the channel to see where this car is going. That's what's coming up for it this winter. So I guess time to start taking out the transmission. Thanks for tuning in this week to Smackey's Garage. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and I'll see you next week.